Yeah, so it's a very common question after someone has suffered a severe dog attack, dog bite. They are asking how, in Arizona there particularly, they're asking how do I choose the right dog bite attorney, the right dog bite law firm. In fact, we got a call the other day from a potential client, and one of our attorneys addressed that question like this. So, well, the first thing is, and most people don't think of it, this, but do you have plastic surgeon, cosmetic surgeon, but a plastic surgeon's better, who you work with regularly? And people, well, I mean, why would that be important? And I'll tell you why. Because typically what happens is you present to the emergency room and they'll have whoever's on duty there do the best job they can of stitching up, especially for anybody, but especially women, if they or young girls, if they were attacked and had facial injuries, they'll do the best job they can, in stitching people back together again, but they are not as skilled as a plastic surgeon is. That's their specialty. They have tons of extra training. And so if you know that your loved one has suffered this and they're on their way to the hospital, if there's any chance you can Google us or whatever, we'll actually, if what we'll do is get a plastic surgeon to be available to actually stitch up your loved one, and that can make a huge difference in minimizing the scars and scarring they have for the rest of their life. And yes, there's procedures later on that they can do kind of a reduction and make it less visible, but at the moment when they go into the emergency room, that's where the biggest difference can be. Now, of course, a lot of people say, well, gosh, I feel terrible. I didn't even know that that was an option, and it's a week later. Call us anyway. We can still make arrangements for your loved one to see a plastic surgeon and see, is there something that can be done now? But typically, once the initial repair has been done in the emergency room, we usually have to wait 6 months or so to see how things are going to progress. But that's probably the number one thing, and people aren't aware of it, to make sure the law firm has a plastic surgeon, a board certified plastic surgeon available to help their loved one. And that'll tell you a lot right there, whether they really are a dog bite firm that really cares for their clients. And I'll say that's not common to have a board certified plastic surgeon available like that. Beyond that, dog attacks leave psychological injuries. I mean, I personally have never had a dog, take my face off, but just thinking about it, it's like a Hollywood horror movie, okay? So if somebody has actually suffered that, there's all kinds of psychological injuries. And so you want to ask the law firm, do you have trauma counselors who have a record, a success record, especially with younger children? I mean, the younger they are, the more frightened, the more, I don't care what age you are, but, we have trauma counselors that can actually work with children who can't even talk yet and get them over their trauma. It's incredible. So, find out that about the potential dog bite law firm. And again, that's rare. That's not common. And then, it's typical even for adults then to develop phobias, okay? And again, we have great therapists available that can help them deal with that. And so all those things go into understanding this is the firm that really has the expertise to take care of my loved one or myself emotionally, physically, and if you get the best care, especially for the psychological injuries, which are often ignored, we get the most compensation for our clients. So we get them the best care, the most compensation. It's a win-win. So if you or a loved one has suffered a dog attack, do your loved one or yourself a favor and at least give us a call and talk to us. You can decide whichever firm you want, but at least talk to us, because remember, the call is free, the information's free, and it can be priceless as far as the long-term effect on your loved one's smile. And we are here for you.